welcome to Cheeky Crumbs and happy St. Patrick's Day. So today, festive in green, and we're going to be making St. Patrick's Day cake pops. So to start, we're going to be making a green cake, and you will need 2 loaves. 150 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 egg, 60 grams of unsalted room temperature butter, 120 ml of buttermilk. In Italy we can't find buttermilk, so I'm using white yogurt. 150 grams of sugar, half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda or baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of white wine vinegar, vanilla essence, and I will be using green food coloring for my St. Patrick's Day cake. Don't forget to preheat your oven at 170 degrees Celsius. Okay, let's get started. Firstly, cream together the butter and the sugar using your kitchen robot or a handheld mixer. And once the sugar and butter are creamed together, beat in the egg. Once your batter looks like this, so the egg, the butter, and the sugar have been well incorporated, you're going to add half your buttermilk or yogurt and beat well until incorporated, and then you're going to add half your flour and beat well until incorporated, and repeat this until you finish your buttermilk and flour. Once all your flour and buttermilk or yogurt have been incorporated, we're going to add the food coloring. Start by adding just a little bit, and then continue adding until you get your desired color. Once you're happy with your green, I must admit I have never baked a green cake, so I'm not really sure how this green will turn out once it's cooked, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. So once you're happy, add your bicarbonate of soda, your white wine vinegar, and that will fizz, and your vanilla. Once your mixture is ready, pour it into a cake tin. I'm using a 22 centimeter, and I have buttered and floured my cake tin. So we're gonna fill the cake tin, and then we're gonna put this in the oven for about 30 minutes, and then check it. While your cake is in the oven and baking, you can start preparing your ingredients that you're gonna need for the cake pops. A block of styrofoam, or I'm using flour sponge to put the cake pops in while they're cooling, which I'm gonna cover with aluminium. I'm gonna be using yellow sprinkles. You can use any sprinkles, but these are good for the theme. Green candy melts, because it is St. Patrick's Day. Cake pop sticks, and I'm gonna be using white chocolate and dark chocolate as well as the green. And then I have these cute little rainbow candies, which I will be using, some little pearls, and some frosting. I'm using cream cheese frosting, but you can also just use butter frosting. So once your cake has baked, I like to cut it in 4 to let it cool a bit faster. So I'm going to start by trying and attempting to cut the crust away as little as possible. And I'm gonna do this to all 4 pieces. Okay, so once we've shaved the cake, we're gonna get a big bowl, and we're just gonna get 2 pieces together, and we're going to crumb. And we're gonna do this with the whole cake. While I was crumbing the cakes, I actually found a pretty cool, easy way. You just scoop some up and rub it in between your hands like so. Once your cake crumbs are crummy and small, we're gonna take the frosting and we're only gonna add 1 scoop at a time. And then with our lovely hands, well, I guess you could do it with a spatula, but hey, we like to get our hands dirty. We're going to play. That feels smushy. And this has to reach a consistency of, I think, Play-Doh-like is one way to put it. Once you've reached your desired consistency, well, I assume this is my desired consistency, but if all fails, this will no longer be my desired consistency. And as you can see, if I make a ball, it holds its shape and it kind of feels like cookie dough a little bit. We're gonna take the dough, I guess now it is, and we're gonna roll it into balls like so. A bit more spherical. And we're gonna do this with the whole dough. Once you've rolled all your cake pops, they should look something like this. We're gonna roll the plate. I'm really happy with the color. They actually match my shirt. You're gonna wanna place these cake pops in the freezer for at least an hour. When it's almost time to get your cake pops out of the oven, out of the freezer, we can start melting the chocolate. I like to put it in the microwave and give the chocolate like 30-second bursts and then mix, and then another 30-second and mix, and just keep mixing until it's melted. Once your cake pops have been in the freezer for an hour, they will be, well, frozen. And you will have melted your chocolate, which must be very runny, as you can see here. So we have a melted chocolate, and I have the sticks. I could only find, they ran out of the small ones, so I only found these really long ones. And I decided to cut some, just so that I can have two different sizes when I put them. To make these first ones, we're actually gonna place them on the baking tray with some baking sheet, parchment paper. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna take a stick and we're going to dip it into the chocolate, just like that. And then we're gonna take a cake pop and we're gonna put the stick inside, just like this. And now we're gonna dip it all the way, take it out, and we don't want all the excess to come out, because actually what we're gonna do is we're going to put the excess down there, and then we're gonna squish it like that. That might be a bit too much excess, so let's try another one. Let's see. Okay, that might be okay. So we let that run a bit. That might be too much still. And then we just go pop. Okay, so I've made my 6 dark chocolate cake pops. I've managed to save these ones a little bit. It's these two here. Basically, I just, pick them back up and place them somewhere else, as they still had excess running off. Okay, so now I've melted my green chocolate and my white chocolate. And I also have some sprinkles over here. I bought these, they're actually holiday sprinkles, but they have the green separate, so I might use that, I'm not sure. And I have my sponge, which I covered with tin foil. I have parchment paper because I'm going to attempt, and I underline the word attempt, to make swirls on the cake pops. We'll see how that's gonna turn out. So I'm gonna start with the green one, so I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna take a bowl. I melted a bit less chocolate because I have so much of the dark chocolate left over, so. And, should have got a spoon rest. Yeah, it's perfect. I'm gonna dip it all the way in. And this time I do wanna get all the excess off. So now what I'm going to attempt to do, I'm gonna take my white chocolate and I'm just going to try and that's looking pretty cute. It wasn't too hard. Basically just run your spoon back and forth. I'm quite impressed. And then I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna let it rest. I'm going to also pray that it's not all gonna drip down and that I did get all the excess off. And now I'm gonna make one with the white chocolate. Okay, so once you get all the excess off this cake pop, it took me a while with the white one, have to be honest. I'm gonna dip it in these sprinkles. Oh, it looks like a little mushroom. It's quite cute. And then I'm gonna poke it in. And you can get creative. I have other yellow sprinkles, so I might use some of those as well. So here are my decorated cake pops, and now I'm gonna quickly put them in the fridge because if they go soft, they're gonna fall through. So I'm just gonna put those in the fridge, and then we're gonna decorate the chocolate ones. So these have been drying as I've been making the other cake pops, and we're gonna just take one, and I don't know if you can see this, but it looks like, well, it's a bit tilted, but it kind of looks like a pot. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take the chocolate, and I'm going to let it drip on there. Oof, not too much. And I'm gonna take some bowls. And I'm gonna put my gold on. Mine's actually, let's see if that works. Yeah, I can take it off with my finger. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna add a few more. And then I'm gonna take my rainbow candy and I'm gonna stick it in. Ooh. And then it should theoretically dry and hold. Okay, so I had a little accident, but I figured it out. My rainbow was collapsing, so I have to cut it off because it's too big and it's probably too heavy. So I'm just gonna cut a piece off and keep it like that. So I've had a few little accidents making the first two, but I think I might have learned my lesson. I need to put the rainbow once the cake pop is in the foam. That's number one. Number two, the chocolate will run a little bit, but you can just scrape it off with your finger and, well, it's yummy, so. Hoping it will stay. Oh no! Oh no! Evil rainbow. It probably would help if I actually inserted my cake pop straight. It seems to be holding now, I hope. So here are the finished cake pops. They look super cute, well, according to me. And I found these little cauldron, little pots, and I thought I'd use them. I just put the sponge inside and I put the cake pops inside, so I thought it'd be quite cute. I hope you enjoyed and like my video if you did enjoy. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and well, happy St. Patrick's Day. Bye. So curious to see how it is inside, but it's almost dinner. Should we cut it?
Yep.
Oh, it's so cute. So green. Are you still recording?
Yep.
Well, it's so green.